what are you looking for from kind of the changes you made with those two lines today at practice?
Yeah, we think Mike's he's a good finisher. He's a good player. He reads the play well, and with the Kazi and Olo, they have a lot of speed. They retrieve pucks, and they can. Kazi is a good playmaker. I think that can be a good combo, and they're good both sides of the puck as well. So they can be a lines who can play against elite player, and I think. Newby and Krebsy will bring a lot of speed around Perf, and Perf is a good playmaker. So the pace of those two guys can open some ice for Perf. So we like those kind of lines. And I think Quinner with Q at Peltz, they played together against Germany, but like the game in Germany, it's tough to have a read on that one. So we're looking forward to see what they can do tomorrow.
Thank you.
And obviously, the Messino's line and with Merce and Sears, they were excellent since the beginning.
We have time for a few more questions. Please use the raise hand function if you would like to ask a question. Robert Tichkowski, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Some people say you scored too many goals in the first game and then not enough goals in the second game. Does that mean that you're right on schedule? Where do you think your team is at a couple of games into the tournament?
That means you cannot please people. That's what it means. Whatever you're doing, it's they have to find something to say. I think for us, it's nothing we can do about the German game. Yesterday, I think it's a good opportunity for us to grow. We learned to be patient with the outcome. I think in the Germany's game, we learned to be urgent in the task. We got loose during that game, and our guys steered lessons, and they came up really hard yesterday, played really solid defensively. Obviously, offensively, we'll have loved to connect a little bit more. We had a good skate today. The guys were zipping the puck pretty good, so we're feeling good right now. We're excited about what's ahead for us.
Speaking of that, Switzerland, maybe not a traditional rival and maybe a game that you're expected to win and in maybe the last game before things get really serious. What do you see from them and what do you want to see from Canada in that game?
I guess people were saying the same about Slovak.
Yeah.
And that's the World Junior. The World Junior is the tournament of adversity. You have suspension, you have injury, you have surprises, you have pressure. It's all of it. So, and that's why we love it. That's why we're so passionate about it, and especially in that country where we love that tournament for all of it. So Swiss will bring a lot of adversity tomorrow. They will play a similar type game than the Slovak. They will collapse the medal. They will defend it with a lot of pride. They want to beat us, so they will give it all, and that will be for us a good challenge to keep learning and how to play against those kind of team who wants to tight up the middle and play with a style of play where they will block shot and they will be five in the slot, and we need to learn to play against that style of play.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.
And for our last question, we will go back to Donna Spencer.
Andre, just to follow up on Rob's earlier question, you said that, Canada needs to get better every day in the tournament. So where do you think Canada can be better tomorrow against Switzerland over the first two games of the tournament?
Yeah, I think if we play defensively with the same urgency than we did yesterday, we're really comfortable with that. So offensively, we need to play with the same speed, the same quickness in our transition. We want to be really fast in our neutral zone transition, and in ozone we need to have a quick strike mentality as well. When we get on our entry, we have we're looking for perfect play. We need to just simplify, but it's more about playing fast, playing quick, and having a quick strike mentality instead to trying to slow down and looking for the second or third best option. We need to play with more speed offensively. And when I talk about speed, it's not just skating, it's about thinking and attacking with a lot of quickness.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We are joined by Jamie Drysdale right now. Please use the raise hand function to ask a question. And our first question to Jamie is from Patrick Henry.
Hey, what do you expect from the Swiss tomorrow? Do you expect the same kind of game you had yesterday against Slovakia, or something totally different?
Yeah, I mean, probably something similar. I think, Swiss and Slovakia battled it out in their game. So I think we can expect another good game, and we just have to come out, have a good start and, maintain pressure. I think that'll be the most important thing in our game.
Thank you.
Our next question is to Mark Masters.
Jamie, Coach Tourigny mentioned that Dylan Cousins was really strong in terms of his leadership yesterday. Obviously, we know what he did with the assist on Tomasino's goal, but on the bench, just calming things down. What did you see from him yesterday that helped you guys get through a tough game?
Yeah, I think, especially in tight games like that where, it's close all the way, I think you definitely need guys to kind of step up. And it's really easy to almost get away from the game and get in your own head when you're in a game like that. And I think, Cuz, obviously the player he is, but also showing, like Bear said, leadership on the bench, just making sure we all stay cool. We're doing the right things. It'll start to come. So, I think when he follows through, making a nice play in the defensive zone and turning it into the second goal, it's really nice to see out of your leaders. And, I think he's a really special player and person on our team.
You saw him obviously last year where he was already a big contributor. A year later, I'm sure he's even better. What sort of growth have you noticed in Dylan Cousins' game?
I think just, obviously he was a really, really good player last year. And this year, I think it's just kind of overall, he's definitely taken a step. His speed is kind of next level, like we all can see. And then, his defensive game is really good. Like on that second goal, he made a nice play to come back through the middle and take the puck and move it up quick. So just the overall game really impresses me. And, add that with his speed, skill, and offensive abilities, it's pretty impressive.
Thank you, Jamie.
John Abbott.
Hey, Jamie. Saw it last night with the Czechs win over Russia. I can expect that probably opponents will prepare for Canada similarly as the Slovaks did. How do you overcome perhaps the frustration or the opponent just trying to lock it down, and whether that's get in front of shots or really just close in the middle of the ice, protecting their net front? How do you overcome that type of strategy from an opponent?
I think it's, we establish a game plan before every game. And I think that the most important thing is just, sticking with it and staying even keel. I think that's really important as well. Just, not getting too high or too low in games like that. Just sticking to what works and what you're good at. And, we all came into this tournament knowing that every game was going to be a good one. And there are a lot of good teams in this tournament. So, we just expect a good game. And, I think it's just really important that we stay level-headed and, stick to our game plan.
And how key is that transition for success for your group? It just seems like you guys do have that speed element to you. Where would you consider the transition game in importance?
It's really important. I think, was mentioned earlier, teams, kind of trap and just box up in the D zone and neutral zone. So I think a quick transition is one of the ways you can beat it. And, I think that'll be really important in our game, just moving pucks up the ice quick and, just trying to attack and catch teams off guard and not let them get set. So I think that's really important in games that we're playing. And I think that we'll definitely need to look to have a good transition game.
Thanks, Jamie.
Robert Tychkowski.
Hi, Jamie. You guys, haven't played a whole bunch of games prior to this thing. I'm just wondering if you've seen sort of an evolution or a growth just in the last couple of days now that you've been able to get a couple of real games in.
For sure. I think, we're focused on ourselves and, developing our team game. And I think, from the Germany game to last game, I thought last game we played well. It was a really good hockey game overall. I think both sides, they trapped well. They played really good in their own zone, blocked a lot of shots. So I think we've definitely grown in our own aspect in regards to puck management, making the smart play and, just playing like a team. And I think that's important in this tournament and just getting better every day.
Looking back at that last game, I mean, you guys, like you said, you guys played a really structured game, tight defensively. You got the goaltending, you got the goals you needed. You were tight, but people look at the score at the end of the day and they go, "Oh man, you only beat Slovakia 3-1. What's wrong?" Is that a weird dynamic for you guys to get used to, or is that just that's what happens when you put on a maple leaf?
I think a win is a win at the end of the day, and I think as long as we kind of know that we were playing well and just sticking with it at the end of the day. You're going to run into great teams. You're going to run into times where maybe the pucks aren't going in the back of the net like you would like, but I think that it's just a matter of sticking with it and sticking to your game plan. And I think every team in this tournament's good, so we can kind of expect that and just play the full 60 and hopefully things work out at the end of that.
Thank you.
Thanks, Robert. We have time for a couple more questions with Jamie Drysdale. If you have a question, please use the raise hand function. Back to Mark Masters from TSN.
Jamie, what have you liked about your game so far? Obviously, you were named player of the game last night. So what have you liked about your play?
I think it's important. Like for my games, I like to, just kind of get into it early and get my feet moving. I think that I play my best when, I'm skating and using my legs. And so I think it's really important to, for me to get that going early. And I think that I did that more so in yesterday's game, and I played well. And so I think just kind of continue to build and get better every game, get more confidence and just kind of, do what I can to help the team win, whether that is kind of getting up in the play or playing more of maybe a shutdown role. I think that you just kind of got to accept your role and do everything you can to do the best you can at that specific thing. So I think that's kind of what I'm looking to do.
What have you noticed about Bowen's physical play? Have you noticed he's added more of a dimension of that this year?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure everyone saw one of the hits he laid last night, and I think that it's definitely something that he's added, and it's nice to see. And obviously, he's a solid play, solid kid. And, he's really good on the ice. So adding that physical element is definitely a bonus and a good addition.
Thank you, Jamie.